Not all curses are about a prince's kiss or an eternal slumber. Sometimes a curse is about coffee, specifically a perfectly brewed cup of Kapeng Barako, steaming right on top of your head. This is Elisa's story. At the peak of her career, poised to become the country's next prima ballerina, she lived in a world of flawless pirouettes and punishing perfection. Every muscle, every movement was a testament to her discipline. But above it all, hidden beneath elaborate headpieces and oversized hats, was her absurd, aromatic secret. It all started on a sweltering Tuesday afternoon at the local palengke. Elisa, already stressed from a grueling practice, was rushing to buy flowers for her Lola. She carelessly bumped into an old woman selling kakanin, spilling the dark, fragrant coffee the vendor was about to drink. Instead of apologizing, Elisa scoffed, complaining about the stain on her pristine white rehearsal clothes. The old woman, a mancuculum in disguise. Simplism. She didn't shout or cause a scene. She just whispered, "You seek perfection in everything you do, Hija. So be perfect, but you will carry your one imperfection for all to see, right on your head." Eliza laughed it off, but the next morning, she woke up to the smell of freshly brewed coffee. A smell that wasn't coming from the kitchen. Today it was a perfect cup of coffee, complete with delicate latte art nestled in her hair, as if her scalp was a saucer. Her life became a chaotic ballet of concealment. She became the ballerina who wore giant, floppy hats indoors. Even during stretching, rainy days sent her into a panic, not because she might get wet, but because her curse might get diluted. And the sound, oh, the sound. With every graceful turn, every powerful leap, there was a faint, maddening slosh. Her fellow dancers just thought she had a weird water bottle. Her biggest fear was her Lola, a former ballerina herself, whose eyes missed nothing. Lola would constantly try to fix her posture, her hair, her headpiece, getting dangerously close to discovering the hot, caffeinated secret. There were so many close calls. "Ala ang cape ko," she'd whisper to herself, quickly tilting her head to prevent a spill as she bent down to tie her pointe shoes. The pressure was immense. How could she be the perfect swan when she was constantly worried about her head coffee becoming a grande latte with an extra shot of embarrassment? The constant hiding was more exhausting than any performance. One evening, after a particularly brutal critique from her Lola, Eliza couldn't take it anymore. She ran to a secluded corner of the studio, a place she and her best friend, Marco, always used to escape to. He found her there, sobbing, her ridiculous hat askew. She finally broke with trembling hands. She took off the hat. Marco started. His first reaction wasn't disgust or horror. It was pure, unadulterated confusion. He leaned in, sniffed, and then let out a small giggle. "Is that ... Barako?" he asked, completely deadpan. In that moment, surrounded by the scent of strong coffee and her own despair, Eliza felt a weight lift. He didn't see a freak. He saw his friend in a bizarre, almost comical predicament. He didn't judge. He just started brainstorming. "You know," he said, "that dark, rich color would actually look amazing for the black swan costume. We could design a headpiece that looks like swirling dark chocolate or coffee. He even joked about how the steam rising from her head could add a dramatic effect under the stage lights. It was absurd, but it was also the first time someone saw her curse, not as a flaw, but as a feature. Her true friend didn't try to fix her. He just helped her work with what she had. That conversation with Marco changed everything. Elisa realized she had been spending all her energy fighting the curse instead of dancing. The fear of being discovered was a heavier burden than the coffee itself. So she decided to stop hiding. For the grand finale performance, she worked with Marco and the costume designer. They created a stunning, sleek, dark headpiece that didn't hide the coffee, but incorporated it. It was crafted to look like a dark, swirling crown, acknowledging the strange reality on her head without drawing absurd attention to it. The night of the performance arrived. As she stepped onto the stage, she wasn't the frantic, secretive girl anymore. She was a ballerina, complete and in control. The lights hit her, and she began to dance. Her performance was breathtaking, fierce, passionate, and flawless. She poured every ounce of her frustration, her fear, and her eventual acceptance into the choreography. As she held her final, powerful pose, the spotlight caught it, a single, delicate wisp of steam rising from her headpiece, mingling with the stage lights. It was subtle, almost magical, a quiet symbol of her embraced imperfection. The curse wasn't gone, but her fear of it was. And in letting go of that fear, she had never been more perfect. In the end, we realize that the only curses with real power are the ones we allow to control us. Elisa's ridiculous, caffeinated imperfection didn't ruin her. It made her unforgettable. It forced her to find a deeper strength and a truer sense of self. So, I have to ask you, if you had a silly, absurd curse stuck on you, what would it be? Let me know in the comments down below. And as for Elisa, well, let's just say she never had to buy a morning coffee again. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.